4. Dumbheads. I took a seat in the lunchroom next to Ryan and Michael. Ryan stuck 2 of my carrot sticks in his nose, and I told him I'd give him a nickel if he ate them. He did too. Me, I won't even eat carrot sticks before you stick them in your nose. Do you think that guy was really George Washington? Ryan asked. I don't know, Michael said. What do you think, AJ? That's when Andrea Young leaned over from the next table and opened her big mouth. That wasn't George Washington, you dumbheads. That was Mrs. Roopy, wearing a powder wig and an army uniform. She may have been right, but I didn't want to admit because I hate her. Ryan took out a dollar bill from his backpack and looked at the picture of George Washington. He sure looked like George Washington. George Washington has been dead for like 100 years, Andrea said. Even if George Washington was still alive, Emily said, I'm sure he would have more important things to do than come to our school and read us stories. That's when it hit me. If that army guy was really Mrs. Roopy dressed up as George Washington, maybe Mrs. Roopy isn't a librarian at all. Maybe she's just pretending to be a librarian, I said, just like she was pretending to be George Washington. Yeah, Michael said. Maybe she's a kidnapper and she's got a real librarian locked up in an empty warehouse at the edge of town. I saw that in a movie once. We've got to save her, Emily said with tears dripping down her cheeks. Then she went running out of the room. There was only one way to solve the problem. We cleaned off our trays and went back to our classroom to ask Miss Daisy if George Washington was really Mrs. Roopy in disguise. Don't be silly, Miss Daisy said. As it turns out, Mrs. Roopy was absent today. She's home, sick in bed. It must have been the real George Washington. But what does Miss Daisy know? Everybody knows Miss Daisy is crazy.